trying to save face, trying to prove them innocent, and he know they evil, wicked as hell. Black niggas like him, what's wrong with the black community right now? And they talking about autopsy results inconclusive, autopsy results inconclusive. Once again, I wonder why. I wonder why. Huh? Come on, man.
The 18-year-old who was found dead after boating with his friends on 4th of July weekend. Wells's parents and their attorney, Ben Crump, spoke with Chris Cuomo earlier tonight, and Nolan's mother said there's only one question she wants answered. Watch.
At the end of the day, we would want what any parent would want, which is answers to find out what happened.
Mm-hmm.
They also listened to part of an interview that Brandon Tatum did with one of Nolan's friends, and here's how Nolan's stepfather responded to it.
And see Brandon Tatum doing all these interviews, Officer Tatum, COON Tatum type shit. He doing all these interviews, bringing them boys up. And the whole time he don't even know, they don't even know. He messed up their whole story. They told so many lies on them interviews. You seen so much in their spirit on them interviews, so much in their energy on them interviews. How Warren said Bart's name but didn't want to say Bart's name, tried to clean it up. How the damn interview was edited everywhere. Officer Tatum, you a cold punk chump. You a smooth criminal, man. Smooth criminal, man. For real.
You heard that kid Trace in the interview say that he was friends with Nolan and that you guys would know him. Do you know him? Do you recognize him?
No, I don't. Just because you park your vehicle in someone's yard doesn't mean that they have to know you.
Right. They don't know you. You and Nolan didn't grow up since day one. You never been to the house. Just because he hung with Nolan or hung out with Nolan, that don't mean his parents knew him. What that mean? He ain't never been up close and personal inside the family's house, him nor Warren. Warren ain't never been over his house. So how the hell you his best friend? How much you really know him? They don't know him like that, Jack. No cap. They was associates. Turned killers, allegedly. He know him. Because you parked this car at his house. Motherfucker, go to a party, park a car, right? Motherfucker, switch vehicles, get in with somebody else, park a car type shit. Talking about he know him, they know you because you parked the car. You a liar, boy, a liar. And it's rumor speculations coming out saying Tristan might have been there. Matter of fact, he might have been on the boat. Might have been on the boat. Shout out everybody in the building, man. Make sure you follow up as well, no doubt.
Sounds more to me like he's more focused on getting people to know him and getting away from the fact that his so-called best friend is not here anymore.
Brandon Tatum is the host of the Officer Tatum Show, and like I just mentioned, he spoke with some of Nolan's friends. He joins us now. Brandon, thank you for being here.
Brandon Tatum, man, he ain't telling no truth. He ain't serving the people. He don't care about truth, man. He a certified bootlicker.
First, just your reaction to Nolan's stepfather saying he doesn't recognize his friend Trace, who you interviewed, basically alleging that you didn't know him very well at all, if at all.
It's slightly disappointing. I mean, I don't know these people, to be honest. I don't know who's really friends or not. I'm just going off of what.
Yeah, so why you sitting up there posting videos, punk chunk, saying they friends, calling his mama a liar and all that? Why you up there saying stuff you don't know about or know the real scoop on, Officer Tatum? Why you up there taking their side, bringing them on your show to do an interview editing videos at that. Try to make them look innocent. Try to make them look righteous. You know yourself is foul play involved. You know what's going on. You doing it for the money, for the guapino, for the cheddar, that bread and butter, for the rally, the nally, guapino, machismo, etc. You know it. I know it. Think you fooling, bruh. You can fool them. You can't fool me. Huh?
Trayston told me, but Trayston did share pictures of him with Nolan at prom. He told me he not only just parked the car outside, he had been over Nolan's house multiple times, and he also gave Nolan a ride to school on multiple occasions. So
what that mean? What that mean? Give somebody a ride to school? What that mean? You went to the prom with him? And how many people pile up and go to prom? He talking about because they went to prom, they best friends. He know him like that. Oh, he know him like that now. They brothers type shit. Man, he JT. He just talking, man. For real. Get up out of here, Brandon Tatum. You clown boy.
It's very confusing. I don't know why a young man would say that he's friends and literally be emotional when he talked about Nolan. I mean, he literally cried and teared up off
Come
camera.
on, man.
And I felt like it was very genuine. And for the parents,
Now it's off camera now, huh? No, he crying off camera now. Crocodile tears maybe.
to say that they don't know him at all and won't even consider the fact that he believed he was friends with Nolan. It's very shocking to me, and I don't know if they're being genuine because you don't always know your children's friends,
Right.
or are they still trying to hold on to this agenda?
What do you mean being genuine? Just because him and Nolan hung out goofy, that don't mean they knew him. They don't mean they ever saw him. Just because he gave Nolan Wells a ride to school, went to prom with him, that don't mean his parents met him before, seen him before, talked to him before. None of that.
That no one who disagrees with the narrative of racism can possibly be associated with them because it destroys their money. Well, I'm not saying the parents' money grift, but Benjamin Crump's money grift.
Yeah, I mean, we heard from Nolan's parents and, of course, his mother. Any parent would want to know what happened, and she expressed that. But there are motives with Ben Crump and his history. There are lawsuits now suing his friends and social media companies fueled by Ben Crump. Do you think that he's helping this family or hurting them in their quest for answers?
Well, Katie, I think he's destroying the reputation of this family and also hurting this investigation. The fact that he put out the autopsy prematurely when law enforcement didn't even put out the autopsy it can convolute the investigation.
So you talking about a law enforcement autopsy, Tatum? You want to bring up an autopsy, bro? Won't you bring up how the throat was missing, how the neck was missing, etc.? About the mark in the back of his head, Tatum? He want to bring up an autopsy, talking about when something dropped or when something wasn't dropped. How many autopsies do we need, Tatum? That's why they got an independent autopsy in the first place, because they didn't trust Mississippi. They didn't trust that bitch who been handling autopsies and cases for years. Talking about natural causes, accidental drowning, self-unaliving, and all that. What you mean? You want to talk about an autopsy right now? What about Nolan Wells' body being so decomposed, rapid decomposition? But you don't want to talk about that, though. What they do with the body? Tatum? Officer Tatum? Do anything for a buck. You do anything for a check. You one of them, yeah. You one of them, bitch, yeah.
Because now when you interview witnesses,
You
you
don't
know if they are saying things because they saw it on television or have they genuinely had an experience only they would have if they were.
Man, there was hundreds of people on that damn island. How many witnesses you know, man? Everybody knows something out there, man. Huh? You want to try to make them look innocent for a check, for a view. Peeped you already, read your spirit already, bruh. You ain't seeking truth. You seeking acceptance, boy, attention from the good old white folk, huh? You do anything to be accepted and protected, huh? We know it. You know it. You want to talk about a damn autopsy, a corrupt autopsy at that? Where they kept parts of this baby's body at that? You sitting up here vouching for them? You ain't reaching and searching for the truth. We know the truth, whether they accept it, say it, or not.
Actually there at the scene. And then also, I want to believe his mother. I don't have any reason necessarily.
You a liar. You don't want to believe his mama. You a liar. You don't want to believe nothing. You want to believe what you want to believe. You want to believe Warren, who a liar. Trayshawn, who a liar. Straight up. You don't care nothing about his mama. Stop it, boy. That's why you try to make her and the daddy look bad for saying, hey, we don't know Trayshawn at all. We never seen him. He never been to our house. You don't care nothing about this family, bro. You don't care nothing about the truth, bro. If people cared about the truth, they would have been locked up. The whole family would have been locked up, including the judge, the mama, etc. You don't want no truth, bro. This ain't a truthful world. This ain't a righteous word. Okay. In a righteous world, bruh. They ain't about the truth with you. It's about money for you, boy. You a COON, boy. Certified COON. You the type that's wrong with the black community right now. You. And everybody like it. You. Up there talking nonsense. Yeah, for real. Everybody else want to talk polite and talk proper and be light and this. Nah, hey, let's be real here, man. It's America. This ain't nothing new here. This ain't nothing new for Mississippi. They've been hiding bodies. How many bodies around Mississippi? Huh? Alabama, Georgia, Texas, Florida. You can take it up north too. Though. This worldwide now. Whatever state you want to name, we know what's going on. It's a purge going on around this bitch. You up there trying to save face. You should be ashamed of yourself, boy. Let me guess. They shot Corey Ruiz in the head for nothing. You agree with that too, huh? Don't you, Tatum? Don't you race bait him, Tatum? Oh, so let me guess. Corey Ruiz was shot justifiably. How they did him dirty in Madison? They what? They were justified in doing him like that. What's up, Tatum? Should be ashamed of yourself, boy. Huh? You gonna sit up and go against the mama? Go against the daddy? People attacking them, sending them threats for wanting the truth, but what happened to their baby? Somebody need to go upside your head, boy, for real.
Because I don't know her personally, to believe that she would just lie. But when I look at the facts, why wouldn't she communicate with with Warren and their family? They showed me text messages, they showed me phone calls where they called and reached out to her. And if I personally want to know what happened to my child, the first person I'm going to talk to is the people who let
communicate for what, Goofy? What you communicating for? They ain't honest. You talking about? Communicate for what? They ain't giving her no answers. What we got to talk about? My son was with your boy. They son just lied on your channel, you punk. Communicate with him for what? They didn't even call her and let her know what went down. Communicate for what? They kept the cell phone, bro. Communicate for what? They ain't truthful. He talking about because they text her. And what that mean because they sent her a text? So? Motherfucker can be guilty as hell, look you right in your face and lie. So what that mean? Huh? Warren sat right up there on your show, boy. Looked you in your eye and straight lie with no emotion. Per evil. His story didn't change so much. Everybody's story didn't change so much from John. Talking about why his mama don't talk to him. Talk to him for what? They ain't saying nothing. What they gonna say? Oh, I hope you get to the bottom of it. I'm sorry it happened. Oh, we're sorry. Our son didn't have nothing to do with this. Not according to the audio. He was there. Nolan was on the boat. Bart was there. They was on shallow ground. They want to know 32 feet of water. So who lying? Talk for what? Enough talk, bro. Get some justice around this bitch. Heavy. You talking about talk. You talk to him, man. You talk to him. Get back to it, man. It's crazy here. Ain't no arrest been made. It's been a damn near month. All this evidence out. The whole world can look and see what's happening. What happened? And it's a federal island. Federal property. It's a major cover-up. Major cover-up right here, man. All these babies just dying. This Babylon, stay aware. I can't wait till God blow it up, period. It's time for a reset around here. This too evil, too corrupt around here. You understand me? Let's get back to it.
That saw him alive. I don't understand why they take the position of saying it's us versus y'all, and now you want to subpoena phones and do things like that, which are going to take, I don't know, months for it to come out, and they may not even get.
Now you want to subpoena phones? Why wouldn't you subpoena phones? He talking about it take a whole month to come out. It's been a month already. They ain't made no arrest yet. What's another month to get the truth? Why do they want to subpoena phones, you idiot? What you mean, why? Why was the messages deleted? Why was pictures deleted? Why can't nobody tell the truth about what happened to Nolan Wells? Why was his body so rapidly decomposition? Why is his throat still gone? What's all that shit on the bottom of his neck, back of his neck? What's the audio about? The bitch on the boat, can we cover it up? It's recent audio, man. He keep going and going, going and going. Why ain't no arrest been made yet? He talking about why you subpoena this, why you subpoena that. What? You got to be sick in the head, my boy. To get answers, boy. That's why. Because everybody, including you, lying.
And be granted. I mean, you got to think Nolan was an adult. He wasn't a kid. So some of these social media platforms may not even grant them access to his account.
If they don't grant access with this, with as much of a big deal this is, if they don't grant access, it's foul play even more. He was 18 years old, man. 18 years old, man. Still a baby. What are you talking about, dude? Then they coming up with stories. Oh, he was drinking. He was intoxicated. Even if he was, and do that mean he was supposed to lose his life? I don't think he was. I think a lot of people around him was. Shit, they might have put some in his drink. I'm sure the drugs was flowing around. The cocaine and whatever else. Liquor, of course. They was underage. How they get the liquor? Who going to jail for that? For purchasing the liquor, first off. Who going to jail for that? Bar? So you mix jealousy, envy, hate, evil, wickedness, demons, and you mix it with liquor and drugs, and all of it enhances. What do you think happened? Ain't no telling what they did to that boy out there. No telling what they did to that boy out there on that island, man. For real. And y'all trying to paint a picture talking about, oh, he was drunk. He was drinking. Even if he was, so? That mean he should have lost his life? What you mean here?
They don't have somewhat of a legal search warrant. So I just wish that they would have came together as a community, would have come together as a community and got to the bottom of this, got information, and then shared it to the public instead of, making it a divisive thing up front.
Yeah. Brandon, we're still waiting on the toxicology report, but from interviews with Nolan's friends, we do know that drinking heavily was involved, and that Nolan was drinking. And you have on good.
How you know? Who said he was drunk? What a report. Who is you? How you know he was sloppy drunk? What you know? And once again, even if he was drinking, do that mean he was supposed to lose his life? How many times you done participated in underage drinking? You, girl, you.
Authority that drugs potentially could have been involved as well. You also visited the island. Just what are your takeaways from what we know about the conditions there and the status of the investigation?
Well, at this point, and I always encourage people to wait until the full investigation is out before you make a conclusion or a determination of whether somebody's guilty or not. Going out to Horn Island was very revealing to me because the initial statements from people who are talking about this, especially the Nolan Wells family, that they were acting as if they just dropped Nolan off at an abandoned island where no one was around to watch him get murdered or something. And then now you go and look at it and you go, well, no, there was tons of people there. That gives me encouragement that somebody saw what happens, but it also proves in many ways that they didn't just abandon him as if he was a little kid on the island by himself. So seeing the island, going there.
What does that have to do with any damn thing you race bait him, Tatum? If they did abandon him, didn't abandon him, what does it matter? They did something to him. Abandoned or not, he ended up dead. He the only one who didn't make it back home. So what's up? They want to say this and that, paint all these narratives. At the end of the day, he the one who didn't make it back home.
Give me
Yeah.
a pretty good understanding about what happened.
Well, certainly injecting race, and we don't have all the facts either, is not helpful. And we will continue to watch this. Brandon Tatum, thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate your accounting of it.
Katie, thank you for having me on.
You see how the media does? They do this with him, with her, with TMZ. You understand? You see how TMZ does? How they want to make Nolan look like the bad guy, make Nolan look like he was intoxicated. He didn't know what was going on. Don't make it a race thing. Don't make it a hate thing. Why not? Why can't you make it a race thing or a hate thing? Only black boy on the boat with other white boys. He was the only one. You want to throw his friend Javon, Trayshawn, whatever his name is in there, and I wouldn't be surprised if one of them helped too. But they always take the media and try to paint a different narrative. And it's funny, as soon as the audio came out, 2 days, a day later, they want to talk about Nolan drinking, Nolan doing this. Nolan was on drugs type shit. How you know? Huh? They couldn't even get a real autopsy because they didn't even send the boy's body parts, all of them. That should tell you something right there. They took his throat. What does that mean? It was damage to his throat, obviously. It's 2026, man, and it's still going down. All this technology, all the cameras they got in the air, everywhere around here, all they can see. This shit would have been solved if they wanted to solve it, period. What you telling me here, bruh? This ain't nothing new. What about the black boy TJ in Minnesota? This ain't nothing new. What about the black boy Kendrick who was found rolled up in a mat with his organs missing? This ain't nothing new. You want to talk to me about why they saying hate, why they saying race? Better go listen to the song Strange Fruit, motherfucker. Here we go. I'm diving to one more video. Ben Crump at this presser. Give me 1 second. Coon ass Tatum up there talking. He JT, man. He just talking. Getting views, brainwashing people's minds and shit. Big channels, lying. Where's the video at, man? It's ridiculous here. One big cover up. 1 second. It's ridiculous. And I ain't gonna lie, I got plenty of questions about Donald Trump, NAACP, all that, Black Lives Matter, all that, man. We didn't see Trump in numerous cases, and it's always questions. But do I think Trump is really putting in work right now? I really do.
Okay, let me respond to that. That accusation doesn't deserve a response. It has no dignity associated with someone standing up for children who have died. We don't waste our time arguing with donkeys. We don't waste our time arguing with people who want to distract from the real issue. We have 3 dead Black young men under suspicious circumstances. And I don't think the New York Post ought to give elevation to distractions like that. This is such an old story. We fight for justice and someone suggests all we want is publicity. You know what happens when we stand here? Our inboxes are filled with hate messages, hate mail, hate this, hate that.
And it's crazy. It's crazy. You got people who will say, people saying, why do you care? Man, what? Why do you care? Why do we care? Why don't you care is the question. Oh, I know why you don't care. Like I said on previous lives, a Black life, should they compare a Black life like a dead dog or a dead cat in the street? It don't mean nothing at the end of the day. The fact somebody can ask the question, why you care? Why you care? Why don't you care? They don't give a damn about no Black life at all. They look at Nolan Wells like a damn cat or dog in the street. That's why they mad. They expected the family just to let it go. Another unsolved case swept under the rug. They didn't expect them to fight. They didn't expect the whole world and social media to jump on it. Mississippi thought they could just move along, tag along, and get back to business. Get right back to business. Not this time. Not this time, baby, for real. That's what's wrong. That shows you the world we living in right now. Humanity, the state of humanity right now. Period. Why do you care? Huh?
No one, our dignity in standing up. And I'm not, you're a reporter, you work for the paper, your editors told you to ask this question. I want you to know we will not be distracted. And I'm not going to, Ben Crump is like any lawyer. He should get paid for his work.
So they're mad because Ben Crump is getting paid? How can you be mad because a man is getting paid, dog? Like he said, don't every lawyer get paid for his job? Don't every lawyer charge a fee? Even corrupt lawyers, bullshit lawyers, no bullshit. I don't know about Crump at all. Never have followed Crump like that. Heard good about him, heard bad about him, etc. But I don't think in this situation right here that it's about a financial play or a financial move. I feel like his team really trying to get down to the bottom of this and solve this murder. But at the same time, I'm going to be real with you. You can't put nothing past nobody in this room. especially when it's money involved, guapino involved. Shit. Black Lives Matter been a whole financial move. So you got to question everything. I understand that. But Nolan Wells, dad, best friend, or whoever that dude is, he just saying it because he mad. He mad because people investigating and his son might go to jail. Period. That's the only reason he want to bring up some money about Crump getting. Don't every lawyer